Hello everyone. I'm level 36 and welcome back to Stationeers. In this episode, last time we were working a lot on getting our gas filtering set up. That's outside. We can actually head out there now. And we had gotten gas filtering set up, but we had not gotten it cooled down just yet. So as you can see here, we have our gas tanks all hooked up. Our filters, so volatiles, CO2, and pollutants. These all filter our gases when we pull them in from outside. Let's see, we don't have anything in there, and it's just about as cool as it's going to get. So we can turn you on, pull in some gases to filter out. So the big issue we have right now is that everything in here is very hot. Even in the cool, relative cool night air, it's still quite toasty. So we need to work on cooling it down, because everything in these canisters is like, 137 degrees Celsius, which is quite hot. Now, we also need some CO2 for our plant room, because we're like fresh out. So what I think I'm going to do, just to get ourselves moving here, because we have these radiators set up, and the goal was to set up a cooling loop and cool down these big tanks, which we do want to do, and that's kind of the goal of today's episode. But just to get ourselves from killing all of our plants, because we almost have, we are going to branch off of here. This is our CO2 one, and then we're going to have some pipe utility kits and a smart tank, because what we can do just for now is fill up a smart tank with some gas, and then let's see, how much do we actually have in here. This is 1.35 megapascals, so this should be a decent amount of gas in here. We can grab this, bring this into the base, and then it will start to bleed off some of its temperature without us necessarily having to vent it just yet. I bet I let some... Oh, no. No pressure was let through. So if we just grab a... I swear I have one around here somewhere. Oh. There it is. Passive vent. So much junk in my inventory right now. Let's leave this in the airlock. Then we need a valve. Do I have a valve anywhere? Of course not. Should be fine. So if we head into our conditioned interior space, we can find a nice corner, throw a utility kit up on the wall. Oops. Some plumbing. One-way valve, just so we can make sure we're not backfilling, and then vent. Now if we throw that in there, it probably will heat up the room a little bit because it's a big heat sink, but it will start to slowly decrease in temperature. So hopefully our AC system is good enough to manage it. But just so we can not kill our plants, we're just going to vent a little bit. Oh, we vented a lot of bit. It seems fine, though. I guess that was less pressure than I thought, or less volume of gas than I had thought it was. Eh. Are you more happy? Yes, the switchgrass is more happy. I don't think switchgrass regrows into, like it doesn't seed. I think it's just switchgrass, and then you need more seeds, because we can't replant this. We'll bring our fresh stuff out. Grab this, go refill it here in a minute. But yeah, now we have a little bit more CO2 that'll get slowly processed into O2. Let's fill up our water while we're in here as well. And actually we will replant our potatoes. Cool. This should be fine in here now, theoretically. Hopefully it's not a storm out. I'd actually like to do stuff outside today. But I hear those wind turbines going, so I have a strange suspicion it might be a storm. It is a storm. Dang it, that means my solar panels are all busted up now too. Ugh. I really need an advanced furnace so I can not have to deal with this. Yeah, now these should be frozen so it won't decay nearly as quickly. Alright, so what I was saying about the goal of cooling down our gases out there is we'd like to get them to like a working gas temperature. So if we go and look up like CO2, carbon dioxide. So this is in Kelvin. Let's switch to Celsius. You can see that the gas, as long as we keep it, you know, at a decent temperature, it'll stay gaseous forever. We could liquefy it, so high pressure, low temperature, but that's going to be very difficult to do outside, or not that difficult, honestly, but realistically, storing it as a gas is going to be fine, and that also goes for like our other major atmospheric components. So that's volatiles. No, we have to be in the negative temperature to even think about getting it into a liquid state, so that won't be an issue. And then I think the other one is puts. Now this one at high temperature, higher relative temperature, will turn into a liquid, but it's still primarily going to be a gas. But this also does pose a problem, because originally I was planning on using pollutant as my refrigerant gas. The issue is it won't liquefy at atmospheric temperatures. So we're kind of out of luck. Or it won't condense at atmospheric temperatures, is what I should say. So, right, the lowest temperature on the outside of Vulcan is like 200, or what is it, 150? Celsius. Yeah, 160, 150-ish. So you can see it will be a gas all the way down until at max, its max liquid temperature is 152, which gives us like zero margin. Because I think technically it gets down to 152, but really not at all. So if we want to use this as a refrigerant gas, because refrigeration system relies on phase change, essentially we're going to condense the gas at a let's see if I can remember this correctly. We want to condense it at a high pressure, which results in it being able to turn into a liquid at a higher temperature, and then reduce the pressure and let it expand back into a gas, which will draw some temperature from the environment, I think. No, I had that backwards, I'm pretty sure. Wait. Brain, think. When we are evaporating, we are absorbing temperature. So yes, we want to evaporate it from a liquid to a gas to absorb the temperature from the environment, condense it at a high pressure to release that heat out into the environment. But we can only do that up until the breakdown point of the max liquid temperature. So pollutants aren't great. Like, they're usually pretty good. I think on like Mars they would have worked fine. Probably on the moon if you even needed it. Like, the problem with Mars and the moon is you don't really need refrigeration in most cases. It's really just the hot planets where you need to be able to cool your gases down, because both of those planets get cold. So what works better than pollutants? Well, I don't think nitrous oxide's any better, because you can see the pressures are lower, but the temperature breakdown point is the same. So the only thing I know of is steam or water. So steam, you can see the temperature goes much, much, much higher. And let's just go to the steam page. Right, we can turn steam from a gas to a liquid at a high pressure at about almost 400 or 370 Celsius, which is a pretty normal temperature on Vulcan. Obviously, during the day, it gets much hotter than that, but at night, that's well within reach. And then the lowest temperature we can get to is obviously 0, because that's when it turns into a solid. We don't deal with gases in solid form. That's bad. It blows up pipes and creates problems. But we don't need to go down to that level. We really only want our gases at like a working gas temperature. So like 20. 20 would be like ideal. So I think we're going to need to use water. The problem is water is like a precious and limited resource right now, because it requires oxygen to make it, and we only have so much of it right now. So we need to be converting our CO2 into oxygen using our plants in here, which requires water as well. So, ooh, circular reasoning here. Let's make some glass, because I'm sure all of our solar panels need some help. Actually, I think it's probably fine. I know I'm going out during the day, but I really need power, so... Wrong key. I tried out Space Engineers 2 today, the first time. Or not the first time. I tried it out back when it very first released, but this was my first time trying the survival update, and it was pretty cool. I'm excited for some new stuff in SE2. It was interesting having a little bit of a story going on in the background. I'm excited to see what Keen does with that. Might be a good thing to do a playthrough of on the series, I know, or on the channel. I know I've talked about doing other games, or done a couple other games for a very limited amount of time, but just was really struggling with enjoying them. Foundry got very... I don't know what to say exactly about Foundry. It was really fun, but it doesn't scale as well as Factorio does in my mind.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, I know. I need to... We also need to figure out a way to filter my waste tank better. Everything should be repaired now. We don't really want to be outside right now, though. Full power, cool. Now we can also just ship in water. That is another option here. Use some trading to ship in a whole bunch of water, which will make our life a little bit easier. Which we might end up doing, honestly. Let's check what we've got right now. So we've got about 50 liters of water in there, and then a half a liter in there. Let's see how fast we're going through that CO2. Not super quick, but it's not taking too long either. Yeah, this is, we need to plant some more ferns, is what we need to do, because they're much more efficient when it comes to converting oxygen into, or CO2 into O2, but we do need to make sure we have enough CO2 in here to consistently be doing that. Oh, it just... Okay. That's how switchgrass works. I see now. Alright. We're going to clear that one. Plant a fern. Hopefully this one doesn't die, because the last one I had did. I lost my seed. I also have a lot of water just in the pipe network. Alright. But yeah, we're using the fern and our switchgrass to breathe in some oxygen or CO2, convert it into oxygen. We do have quite a bit of oxygen in reserve, so I'm less worried about that. So if we need to, we can make some water for sure. We'll also need a way to cool that down, but I think we can do that. So let's plan on using water as our loop material. Oh no, is that just stuck now? Oh, there's like a corner of it that I can pick it up at. Yeah, well. Alright, the giant black hole is starting to go down. What else do we need? We've got tanks, we've got stuff, we've got liquid pipe. Let's go set up our system. Phase change device. We'll come back and get the other one. What pressure is venting? Oh, it's just the output. Yeah, I don't really know. All right, so for the phase change setup, we need a... So what was I saying before? Now I need to remember. So the evaporation chamber is going to take in our cooled liquid, or our liquid, and let it expand into a gas, which will create a cold gas, which will cool, I'm pretty sure, right? Da, 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 da. Yes, I think, probably. This may be something we want to put inside as well. So we may want to eventually enclose this building, but I think he thinks this is correct. So if we have an evaporation chamber, we need some parts to finish this stuff off. And then a condensation chamber. There we go. This is going to be a little cramped over here. Ah! Need some more frames, I think. We'll try it right here. Alright, what do we need to build these? Steel sheets, which I don't have enough of. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I hope everyone is having a good day. Where's the steel? Where's my steel? Do I not have any steel? Oh, it's in there. Okay. I was going to say, don't make this another smelting episode. Keep that back. Steel sheets. But yeah. Anyway, what I was saying, I hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Been a bit sick lately, which is probably why this video is going to be late. So, unfortunately, been dealing with that, but it's not the end of the world. Figuring it out. But unpleasant nonetheless. So, just been dealing with that. But everything else has been going well. Yeah, just a bunch of steel sheets. Okay, good. We have everything we need. Probably. Maybe. Who knows? I certainly don't. I've never built one of these before, so... Oh, hand drill, not a welder. No, that's deconstruct. Is it a wrench? There we go. Whoops. Now it's the welder, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So now we have our chambers. So I also happen to know that we want to balance the temperature between the liquid and the gas as much as we can, which will just improve the efficiency. So I think somewhere in this mess, I had another radiator. Yeah, or heat exchanger, not radiator. So we want a liquid gas direct heat exchanger. Might be best to use multiple of these. I have no idea. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. Okay. So let's see. We need to plumb our liquids together. So this is going to take our liquid water. And allow it to transmit between the two. Then we're going to need our gas pipes. All of this needs to be nice and insulated. Yeah, okay. We're going to run this up so I can see. This is going to be a bit of a chaotic setup. It's the starter base. It's allowed. It's okay. Yeah, just jumped up on the desk. Say hi, Herman. Herman is my cat. Okay. So, now technically we have our closed loop setup complete. We can also do the wiring real quick. Sorry about that. Some difficulties, but all is fine now. Oh, and I fell off the edge. This is a dangerous spot. Okay. So, we've got our loop. Now this side, we need the stable-ish temperature source, and on this side we need to connect it to all of our stuff that we want to cool. So we'll need some pipes. So here we're just gonna put together a line, and let's grab some more pipes. Alright, so that's that. We'll need to charge this with a gas to enable thermal energy transfer. And I think the easiest gas to do this with is going to be our pollutant. I think. Let me just check. At around 20 C, we can have up to 3.5K PA. So hopefully this is fine. But for now, we are just gonna join these together to charge the system. So now that should be linked. Yep. And then decouple it.
Air tank low.
Alright, we need to go inside.
Temperature high.
Or first we need to
Temperature critical. Oxygen
dump
low.
our waste tank.
Temperature high.
As we are
Air tank
staying
critical.
outside during the day, which isn't great for us. Alright, let's check on how everything's doing in here. Do. Well, my lungs got a little bit damaged. That's unfortunate. And we've already converted most of that CO2 into O2, which is great. Like, more O2, good. But also, like, this is going fast. I should close that too. I forgot I had that open. Sorry, guys. We need to take our water with us, so it means we're going to have to get a liquid pipe utility kit. Yeah, we're doing all right. So let's grab our water tank. Leave some of our extra stuff up here in our mess of a base. Oh, whoops. We don't need our glass sheets anymore. Let's keep pipe coils, pipe utility kits. We're going to need a liquid utility kit. Probably grab the insulated one. I think we should be fine charging from the liquid side. Fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure that works. Does this not? Oh, this is just... I'm dumb. I think there's no... It's just the insulated tanks. You need this one for the non-insulated version. Oh well. And then we're going to need an active vent again. Have one already, so let's grab one. Golden copper. Luckily I have plenty of gold. I need more copper again soon. I have to do some mining before the next episode once more. Okay. We've got a bunch of stuff. Is it the right stuff? We'll find out. This is kind of an experiment. I've never dealt with this stuff before, as you could probably tell. Find that in there. We need another tank. Turn that off. It's still the middle of the day. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's probably not fine, but it's fine enough. Tank. So this is just to store our stable cold air. Jeez. It'd help if I could orient this the way that I want. Then, jeez, need some guardrails. So the whole point of this is that if we take in a bunch of the cold night air, we'll be able to orient the way that I want it. Come on, we'll just do this. Okay. Theoretically, once we get some cabling done, we've got everything set up. Now we just need to wait for that cool night air and to charge the system. So this works via pressure. So this is going to take our hot gas and condense it at high pressure into liquid. This is going to take our cooler liquid and evaporate it into a hot gas. So we need to set these up. We're burning through our oxygen. So let's head inside for a minute. Let's let the sun go down so we can actually test this properly. It is getting cooler out there. We'll just have to let the sun go down. One moment, please. Alright, it's nice and cool outside. It's about as cold as it's going to get. Now we can go finish this off. Alright, so looking at our water, right, we're going to turn into steam. we want around 20 degrees. We need 11.9 kilopascals. So, our labeler. Oh, so let's just set. No, I'm doing this backwards. So this goes up to 6 kilopascals. 6,000 kPa. So we want to go from a liquid to a gas at around 11.9. So that would be, or no, it goes up to 60,000. This might not work as well as I thought. Oh. No, yes, okay. Brain, I don't know why I'm not being able to think. So, oops. This is currently 100 kPa. So if we set this to 1190, that is 11.9 kPa, which is our 20 degrees C. This we can have as at its max, I think. I think that's how this works. We turn these on, we slap in some water, we pray it doesn't explode. So currently it's all just evaporated immediately. It's just going up in temperature. Oh no, have I done something wrong? Nothing in there. There's nothing in here. We need to pull in some stable temperature source. Wait, not evaporating anything? We need more water. Just gonna draw in a whole bunch of atmospheric air to charge our tank. Something tells me it's not working. Is it not hot enough? Do I have this backwards? It's not converting. Does not seem to be cooling anything. Do we need more charge? Where's all of our water gone? Not just venting it out anywhere, are we? So there's only 0.5 liters in there. Yeah, there was like more moles in this than there is currently. Where did all of our... Eh? We're like not evaporating anything. Let's also make sure this doesn't... Okay, yeah, that's bad. Got a little too high pressure there. And the sun's starting to come back up again. Yeah. I'm confused. I may have done this like either completely backwards or just very wrong. I'll dump all of my pressure. Jeez. Let's see. Is that stable? Yeah, it's fine. This is still not... Okay. We have... water... What? It's condensing now. It's condensing in the evaporation chamber. That's not supposed to happen. If we dial this up. Do we move the needle at all? I feel like we need a lot more water. I feel like this is an ill-fated exercise. The water is definitely evaporating now. There's nothing in there. Ooh, no, okay. We are condensing water now. There's liquid back in the pipe. Okay, maybe it's working. We're convecting heat away. We're convecting 70 joules away. Very hot outside. We're burning through our oxygen supply at a marked rate, which is less than great. But, the temperature's gone down. The temperature's gone down. Which means we're theoretically cooling all of our stuff. And we're heating this, but that's okay. That's the point. Okay, it's working. Let's see if we increase this a little bit. It stops working. Okay. I think the issue is now we just don't have enough water in the loop. If we increased the amount of water in the liquid loop, it might work. I don't know if this is a terribly good idea, but we'll try it. Getting even more water from our supply. See if this makes it work a little better. I'll also grab some more CO2 while we're at it. Right. Try to be quick about this because it is middle of the day, which is, a little bit less than ideal. More water. Still not evaporating. Still not condensing, so nothing's happening yet. Okay, it's happening now. So if we go up to our desired temperature, nothing happening in there. You're just all the way up. It should theoretically be able to condense, unless this is supposed to be at like 0. I don't think so. I think I was right with having this at like max out. We're convecting heat away. Means this is not any colder right now. We are evaporating moles into that. This just isn't doing anything, which is weird. It's just like not going into the pipe network, which I don't understand why.
Waste tank caution.
But yeah, we need to go back inside. It's too hot outside. We're just chewing through O2 for no reason. But I think it's working. I think we just need more water. I think the system just needs a lot more charge in it. But if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments, because I really don't know what I'm doing with this. Yeah, I have a feeling I've made a mistake somewhere along the line, but feel free to tell me what I've done wrong, because the comments have a lot of good feedback. Anyway.
Air tank low.
Jeez. All my stuff's broken. We'll fix it next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed me flailing around with this stuff. I've definitely enjoyed doing the flailing, so hopefully next time I'll have a little bit more guidance on how to cool down my gases to an effective temperature. Let's also go feed the plants. Feed the plants. Just more CO2. Everyone happy? Slowly converting that CO2 into O2, which is good. Anyway, yes, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next week, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.